hurry up and come on down, 'cause we got ourselves a ball from the Mets of New York town. Give 'em a yell, give 'em a hand, and let 'em know you're rooting and you stand. Come on and meet the Mets, meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your life. Guaranteed to have the time of your life, because the Mets are very softball. Not just on the east side, west side. Everybody's coming down to meet the NETS Mets of New York. Of New York.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the Late Show, if you will. This is your home for tutorials, strategy, player profiles, history, reviews, news, tips, tops, baseball cards, rants, unboxings. I'm your host, CP Cards and Dice. Welcome to the show. Now, what's very interesting, it takes me back playing late night, whatever, this way. It takes me back to when I was a kid and living in New York, and my brother, who was a musician, would come home late at night and he'd turn on the TV. And I don't know for anybody from the 70s, if you remember this. Now, that was the theme of the Late Show, the Late Late Show, and the Late 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 Show. And what was that? That was a movie. They'd show a movie at 11:30. It would start on CBS, usually on a Friday or a Saturday night. I don't remember this being on the weekdays. They may have just had the Late Show on weekdays and not the Late Late Show and then the Late 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 Show, because that went all the way to 4:30 in the morning on Friday and Saturday nights. And then you'd have the flag and the national anthem, and you had about 5 TV stations in the 70s. And in New York, I'm talking about other places had maybe 1 or 2, and that you can actually get clearly. So that's now tonight. It's late at night here in San Antonio, Texas. It's going to be 2:30 in the morning. This game's about to start. We're playing the Phillies, and the Phillies are in New York. They're at Citi Field in Flushing, Queens. This is game number 90, and the Mets are 1 game better than they were in actuality. So that's they've won the first 2 games in this series at Citi Field. First game was a great walk-off line drive home run by Robbie Cano, and the second game was also a close game, and the Mets won it. Pete Alonso drove in, or was that the first game? The second game, the Mets also won it, I think, by a score of 3-2. And it was Diaz who came in for a save, and it was Syndergaard who got a victory. Final score was 3-2, I believe. And I'm trying to think how the Mets scored that run. I can't totally remember. I think it was an inning where they scored 2 runs and they held on to win it 3-2. So anyway, we're right about to get started, and let's do the lineup for the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, remember, the Philadelphia Phillies had great expectations, and they picked up Bryce Harper in 2019, expecting that hoping that would be the difference between success and failure. And it was not. The Phillies, they improved their record. They were in the race, but it wasn't what they expected. It wasn't totally what they had expected. So probably not too many people are going to listen to this live, because most people at this time are asleep. But I know that people look and they'll see it and they'll listen the next day. I get lots of comments. Hey, I listened to what you do and I love it. And it's interesting to me. And then you get other people that just don't comment, and so on and so forth. but I do get a lot of comments. So I continue to press forward with my streams of different games and so on, tabletop games, particularly right now where we need something to relieve our stress. We need conversations. We need hobbies. We need little things that we can do to keep focused. And I think this is more important than ever right now in a world that seems to be coming apart at the seams. This grounds me. It keeps my brain stable and focused on something. So I'm here for everybody in the community. You can contact me at any time. And if you want to play a game one-on-one, I'm here for you. And I'm probably a lot more fun one-on-one than I am streaming. And I do that with guys. I'll play with them and we can roll. There's a place called ROLZ.org, and you go there and you go to a room and you can roll the dice, and the two people, you can call each other, or you can do a Discord connection. There's a lot of ways to connect. And then you can kind of play the games. You both have the same cards and you see the roll and you can keep track of what's going on in the game. That's a lot of fun to do, and I'm always willing to do that with people. Enjoying a nice time talking baseball. All right, so it's going to be Scott Kingery leading it off. Let me go over quickly the lineups for the Philadelphia Phillies. It's Scott Kingery in center field, and Jean Segura, shortstop, batting second. Batting third is Bryce Harper. In the cleanup spot is Rhys Hoskins. It's J.C. Realmuto in the fifth spot at catcher. Batting sixth is Jay Bruce, the left fielder. Seventh is Cesar Hernandez, second baseman. Eighth is third baseman Michael Franco, and ninth is going to be Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola was 12-7 with a 3.87 ERA. He'll be facing Zach Wheeler, who had a pretty good season. He was 11-8 with a 3.96 ERA, and he put in a lot of innings, had almost 200. Both these pitchers were right around 200. Nola had 200, and Wheeler was 5 short of 200. So it looks like it's going to be a really. They're matched up very, very closely, and I expect to see a really good, low-scoring game with two pitchers really dominating. We'll see what that turns into. We never know. With baseball, you never know. I'm using Replay Baseball PC game. You can try it for free at any time and enjoy it. And if you like it, you can buy it. If you don't like it, you just move on. And here we're going to roll. We're playing Deep Drive Baseball. The way you play Deep Drive Baseball is the red is the first one you read, then you read the ones. It's based on 100, 0 to 99, 00 to 99. And then the green is to find out the out. So we're going to roll all three and read the red first. Here's the first pitch to Scott Kingery. That's a 42. That's off Kingery's card. A 1 is popped, and that's fouled behind home plate. Ramos flips his mask away, and he makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down. Next is Jean Segura. Jean Segura, that's an 18, and 18 is defense. I'm going to check the green chart, and I do this for everybody to see. It's very quick. I don't cheat. 42. That's going to take us to anything below 40. Anything below 41 is an error chart. I thought it was 46. So 42 is going to be a comebacker to Wheeler. He feels it over to first, and that's 2 up, 2 down. That's 1 to 3 if you're scoring at home. Next is going to be Bryce Harper. And it's a 16, and that's ball 4. So Bryce Harper walks, first base runner of the game. And we're going to try to steal with Harper. He's a -2. Now we're not going to steal with him. But we are going to roll to see if there's a wild pitch. There's nothing, and it's a 72, strike 3. And Harper, Hoskins, strikes out. So that's off the pitcher card, so that's an automatic strikeout. And that retires the side. So the Phils score none, lead 1, and at the end of half an inning, no score. Jeff McNeil, the flying squirrel, against Aaron Nola. Going to remove that wild pitch die, if you will. That's a 55, and that's going to be line base hit center field for McNeil. And Pete Alonso batting 226 with 22 home runs. Good power. Rookie Alonso. Now we're going to roll there, and we'll try to roll for the steal. It's got to be something low. And that's a 14. That's very low. So let's see. He's a 1D. A 1D against Nola that's a 0. So we're not gonna use that at all. We're gonna re-roll. We're not gonna go because that's not gonna help him. All right, so no wild pitch. Here's Pete Alonso. That's a 29er. 29er is gonna be a strikeout. So Alonso gets rung up by Nola. Next is Robbie Cano. Left-handed hitting Robbie Cano, 71 is off Nola's card. That's a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks by Aaron Nola. And next is Todd Frazier. He's the cleanup batter. I didn't go over the lineups, but I will now. And that's an 80. An 80 is going to be strike 3. So Nola strikes out the side after allowing the leadoff single. And I will run through the lineup real quickly for the Mets. It was McNeil leading it off, followed by Alonso, the first baseman, then Cano in the third spot, playing second base. Todd Frazier, the third baseman, he bats fourth. Batting fifth is the left fielder, Dominic Smith. Batting sixth is Wilson Ramos, the catcher. Seventh is Rosario, the shortstop. Batting eighth is Juan Lagares, the center fielder. And batting ninth is Zach Wheeler. And we go now to the top of the second inning. Zach Wheeler is going to be facing wait a second. Dom Smith is still up. My fault. I moved it too quick. There's only 2 outs. So Dom Smith is still up. So let's see. Let me see quickly what happened here to kind of relive everything. All right, play-by-play. It was Alonso struck out. It was a strikeout. And then it was striking out the side. Why did I get a single there to Todd Frazier? Todd Frazier struck out. That was a strikeout. So that threw me off there. So I must have hit something that I shouldn't have hit. And we're going to go back to Frazier, and Frazier's going to strike out, and I retires the side. There you go. Now it makes sense. Got a little bit thrown off there for some reason. Real Muto, here's the pitch from Zach Wheeler. That's a 17, and a 17 is going to be a K. And he just kind of stands there. He gets called out looking, and Real Muto is not sure about that. Doesn't agree there. And it's going to be Jay Bruce, and it's a 0-0. That's a deep drive, and he tags this one. Jay Bruce to right field. Back goes McNeil. And that ball is gone. Jay Bruce. And that's Jay Bruce's 24th home run of the season. It's 1-0 Phillies. And Jay Bruce is a Met killer now. He played with the Mets. The Mets released him. Hey there, Mr. Molly. How you doing, brother? Doing very well, and I hope you're well. And I spoke a little bit about the virus and about the crisis and so forth early at the beginning of the broadcast, and it's just a time for us to hang and roll game and keep sane, using our hobby and sticking together, and having these experiences. So yep, and we're going back to the game now. It's Cesar Hernandez. There's 1 out. It's Zach Wheeler on the mound for the Mets. He's facing Aaron Nola, so we have a heck of a ball game here, Mr. Molly. And Cesar Hernandez, the second baseman for the Philadelphia Phillies, steps in the box from the left side. He's a switch hitter, batting lefty. Here's the pitch. And we're rolling 4 dice. We only need 3. 73, and that's going to be a strikeout. So Hernandez strikes out. And next is Michael Franco. Michael Franco, another Met killer. He's batting 195 with 9 home runs. That's a 70, and that's a strikeout. Blows a fastball by Michael Franco, and he's way late on that swing, and that retires the side. So Zach Wheeler took it upon himself to take out the Phillies hitters after that home run by Bruce. Didn't sit well with him. So it's going to be Nola facing we still got another. I don't know why. No, it's Dom Smith. Dom Smith is up against Aaron Nola. Here's the pitch, and that's a 21, and that's a strikeout. Dom Smith down swinging. One up, one down. Next is Wilson Ramos. Ramos is batting .281 with 5 home runs. That's a 71, and that's strikeout. Back-to-back Ks. I think he struck out 5 in a row. And a 23, and that's going to be a defensive chart. Let's see. I pull a defensive chart. You got the range, and you got the errors. And the 30 is going to be in the error range. Going to roll for the error. 19 is a ground ball. Comebacker to Wheeler. Wheeler's going to handle that. Throws out. Feels his position. Throws out. I'm sorry, Nola. Nola throws out Rosario. And that's going to retire the side. Zach Wheeler facing Aaron Nola. Top of the third. 1-0 Phillies. That's an 84, and an 84 and 8 is a fly ball to left field. And Lagares, it's left center field. Lagares over, Smith under it, makes the catch. Top of the order. This is the second time around for Zach Wheeler. And that's a 99, and a 0 is going to be lined and caught by Alonso. Great catch by the first baseman. Because that was a frozen rope. Alonso's right there for the out. Out number 2. So Kingery hit it hard, but no luck. Gene Segura, 33, and that's a 9, and that's a fly ball center field. Lagares cruises over, settles under it, makes the catch, and that retires the side. We go to the bottom of the third, moving along, playing deep drive baseball. A lot of fun. This game's a whole lot of fun and plays very quickly. And Lagares at the plate. Here it goes. It's a 33 off Lagares, and a 4 is going to be a hard hit ground at second base. And Hernandez rifles to first in time, 4-3. Lagares flying down that line. Next is Zach Wheeler. Pitch from Aaron Nola to Zach Wheeler. That's a 77, and that's a strikeout. 2 up, 2 down for Aaron Nola. Next is the flying squirrel. He's got a hit, 46, and an 8 is a fly ball left field. So McNeil goes the opposite way. Flies out to the left fielder, Bruce, and that retires the side. Top of the fourth, Zach Wheeler against Bryce Harper. That's a 63, and that's ball 4. So he walks Harper to lead off the inning. Never a good thing. You know those leadoff walks end up biting you. All right, Rhys Hoskins, power hitter. And that's a comebacker, slow comebacker to Wheeler. He's going to have only one play, and that's going to be to first base. So that's going to be a 1-3 on that slow grounder. So that's a great thing about deep drive baseball. It tells you if it's a hard hit grounder, a medium grounder, a soft grounder. And on the hard hit grounders, you can get double plays out of them. On the medium grounders, you get fielder's choice, and on the soft grounders, you're probably going to have one play, and that's the first base. So it's a beautiful game. It's got a lot of detail, but it's as you can see, it requires very few chart lookups. Real Muto, 2 outs. That's an 80, and a 2 is a grounder to first. Alonso is going to take it himself. He's going to race Real Muto to the bag, and gets there just by a step. 3 unassisted, and that retires the side. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Aaron Nola against. No, we still have one more bat. Again, I did that. All right. You know what I think I did? I think I went to options by accident. I was testing stuff, and I made the fonts smaller. So that's why I'm not reading it. Let me make the fonts all bigger here. I'm using Replay Baseball PC game to keep track of everything. Yes. Okay. Much larger now. And you know what? I'm going to make them even larger than that. Let's see. Orange. All right. Made everything as large as it can be. All right. Jay Bruce. Here goes. Pitch from Bruce. Bruce hit a home run earlier in the game, and this is going to be a 33 and out line caught by Alonso, and that retires the side. L3. There we go. All right, Pete Alonso leading it off. Here's a pitch. I should have been rolling the wild pitch. Let's see if I can roll a couple of them. Yeah, nothing. No wild pitches. 2-5. And 2-5 is going to be a strikeout. Alonso chases. One up, one down. Next is Robbie Cano, 76. That's a strikeout. Robbie Cano, fastball gets blown by him. And with 2 out, it's Todd Frazier, 82 and a 2. That's going to be a defensive lookup. There's a chart, very simple, 22. That's going to be in the error area. It's an 89. It's down here. It says fly ball, center field. Who's our center fielder? Kingery, and I think Kingery's a 3. So he's going to make that catch. Nice running catch by Kingery in center. And we'll double check that. He needs to be at least a 3. And I believe he is a 3. He is a center field 3. So he is a 3, and he makes that catch. And now it's going to be the top of the 5th. It's 1-0 Phillies. And it's Hernandez with a 67. That's going to be a K. So Wheels, that's his nickname, Wheels, rings up Hernandez, and that's a 12. A 12 is going to be strike 3 on Michael Franco. He's not really a very good batter. He batted only a 234 with 17 home runs. But anyway, it's a 10 this time against Aaron Nola, and that's going to be a K. And that's going to retire the side. That was quick, real quick. 3 up, 3 down. For Zach Wheeler, we go to the bottom of the 5th. Mets are down by a run. Dominic Smith leading it off, and that's an 85 and an 8. That's a fly ball, center field, and Kingery squeezes it. Wilson Ramos now. Wilson Ramos is batting 285. Wow, I made it way too big. I made the card information gigantic. I can barely read it. Hold on a second. I'll go back to card font size. Let me make that a little bit smaller. All right. I got it. All right. So it's Wilson Ramos, and he's batting 280, 5 home runs. Here's the pitch to Wilson Ramos. That's a 15, and that's ball 4. So Ramos is on with 1 out. Now, he's not a guy who's going to be running very much. So he's going to get a throw over, but that's a calling card throw by Aaron Nola. Ahmed Rosario. Now we're going to roll that 1, which I forgot to roll before. 37. And a 37 is going to be a fly ball, shallow left field. Bruce racing in, and he gets there. Nice catch by Bruce. Read it well off the bat. It's going to be an F7. And it's Juan Lagares now with 2 outs and Ramos at first. Here's the pitch. An 81 is a defensive check. And we roll a 91, and 91 tells us that a center fielder is going to racing in, and it drops in front of Kingery. A little line shot to center field, and Ramos is going to stop at second. That's a single, and to center, and Kingery looked like he was going to catch it, but then pulled up at the last minute. And now it's Zach Wheeler in the bottom of the 5th, and this is Zach Wheeler can go 10 as a pitcher. He's only gone so far. He's only gone 5. Plus, he's given up a run. That's 6. Plus, he's been around 7, 8. He's got probably 2 more innings. So we're going to keep him in there. Pitch. We're looking for that. That's a 16. 16 is a strikeout, and that retires the side. So Nola blows one by Wheeler. And we go to the top of the 6th. Let's keep it going. Nice, moving fast. This could be one of the fastest games ever. Let's get rid of that 20-sided die. We don't need it unless there's somebody on base, and that's a 33 and a 4. And that's going to be a strikeout. Kingery. Down swinging. And next is Gene Segura. That's a 0-7, and that's going to be a ground ball up the middle and through into center field for a base hit. So a 1-out single for Gene Segura. Now we're going to throw that 20-sided die. There's nothing there. 25 is a strikeout. Bryce Harper. So Wheeler blows one by Harper. And there's 2 outs, and it's Rhys Hoskins. He's got a lot of power. Rhys Hoskins hit 29 home runs, batted 220, looks like 226. That's an awful batting average. And here's the pitch. It's a 43 and a 1, and that's going to be popped up. Right side of the infield, Robbie Cano, he's there. Makes the catch, and that retires the side. There we go. Now we got it. Bottom of the 6th, Aaron Nola. Can he get through this inning? He's given up no runs, so he can get through this inning. Got to find out where the box score is on this thing. Not a box score, actually a scorecard. If I had a scorecard, it'd be much easier for me to see certain things that I need to see. I got to find out if it has it. Got to ask around. All right, so it's the flying squirrel. Here's the pitch. It's a 35er, and that's a 0. That's going to be line caught by the second baseman, Hernandez. So he hit it right on the screws, but right at Hernandez, who was positioned perfectly. And Pete Alonso. Here's Pete Alonso, 14. That's going to be a base on balls. And Alonso trots to first base. Now we're going to throw that extra die, and this is Robbie Cano with a 49er and a 2. And that's a hard hit ground ball to the first baseman, Hoskins. He throws to second, Segura. Segura back to Hoskins, 3-6-3 double play. And that retires the side. 3-6-3 double play. All right. And it's JT Realmuto versus Zach Wheeler. We don't need that. And it's a 39er and a 0 is a line shot. And Rosario times it, leaps, and gets it. Oh, a snow cone catch by Ahmed Rosario. Great catch on that liner. So Realmuto lines out to Ahmed Rosario, and it's Bruce. Bruce at 13 this time. That's going to be a strikeout. Goes down swinging. Bringing the heat. Wheeler bringing the heat, 49 and a 9, and that's a deep drive. Center field. Lagares on the run and runs it down, and that's going to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for Wheels. And we go. We're going to need a new pitcher now, I believe. Nola. Nola needs 3 consecutive innings. Let's see. He got, let's see. All right, so this is, that would be 1. No, he doesn't have that. So it's going to be Todd Frazier. And he's a 9, so this is, he's gone 6th. He's gone 6, and he's been through the lineup 3 times. Okay, he's done. Aaron Nola's done, and we're going to bring in, they're facing a righty. We're going to bring in, let's see, who we can bring in. Edgar Garcia is coming in. Edgar Garcia. This is what I got to do to make that change. There you go. Edgar Garcia. There he is. He's in there. I'll tell you a little bit about Garcia. Garcia was 1-3 with a 3.72 ERA. So he sort of held his own. Ballpark font, hard font. Font adjusted. All right, there we go. Okay, everything went back to normal. I had everything ginormous. All right. So Frazier against Garcia. He goes. A 55, that's a deep drive. Well, Frazier's bad. He tags that one. And back goes Bruce and Kingery to the track, and that ball's gone. Todd Frazier connects and puts the Mets up. Actually ties the game now on that home run. Deep to left field, left center field. Edgar Garcia gives up the meatball to the first batter, and next is going to be Dom Smith. He's a left-handed hitter. He's going to face the lefty. That's a 35er, and a 7 is a fly ball deep to right field. Back goes Harper to the track, back up against the wall, leaps, and he's got it. Oh, he robbed Dominic Smith of a home run on that one. There's a fly out deep right field. In deep drive baseball, you also have those deep drives, those medium outfield hits, those medium flies, and then you have the shallow flies, and it tells you. So this is really a fun game, and you can do a lot with this game. I'm going to push this over just a little bit so we don't get so much of the shadow on them. All right. But then you can't not totally see it. There we go. I think that's about right. Let's see if this kills the shadow. No, a little bit. All right. So Ramos is up. Here's the pitch from Garcia, and a 61, and that's going to be ball 4. So Ramos walks with 1 out, and we're going to pinch run for Ramos, and that's going to be, who's that going to be? It's It's going to be Echevarria is going to pinch run. Better yet, Guillorme, even though he's a lefty. I'm going to use Echevarria. Save. All right, so Echevarria comes into pinch run. And so Wilson's out of the game. It's Ahmed Rosario. That's a 66. 66 is a base on balls off Garcia. So first and second for the Mets. And Juan Lagares. Runners on first. Echevarria is at second base with 1 out. And Rosario's at first. Juan Lagares the pitch. And 18, and that's a strikeout. So Edgar Garcia blows one by Lagares for out number 2. And we're going to get in this situation, we're going to need a pinch hitter. We're going to bring in Guillorme, left-handed specialist. And out comes Gabe Kapler. Kapler is going to respond by bringing in a lefty specialist himself. Let's see who that is. It's going to be Adam Morgan. Adam Morgan. So we're making a couple of quick changes here, but still we're keeping the flow going. So Guillorme, the lefty, comes in. He's a lefty specialist. He's going to face Adam Morgan, a lefty specialist, and that's going to put Guillorme at a big disadvantage. And here comes Mickey Callaway. Mickey Callaway is going to call on J.D. Davis. And that's all you can do right now. J.D. Davis is going to pinch hit. All right. So here goes. The pitch from Adam Morgan to J.D. Davis. So the advantage for Philadelphia was removed. That's going to be a 14, and that's line base hit left field. And Echevarria is going to have to stop at third base. No, with 2 outs, Echevarria is going to try to score. And we're going to roll 14 off of. And he is safe at the plate. Throw not in time. So the Mets and Rosario now. Let's try to get Rosario to third. And Rosario makes it to third base. So first and third. The Mets are up 2-1. They scored 2 runs here in the bottom of the 7th. Big hit by the pinch hitter J.D. Davis. And now here comes McNeil. McNeil's going to be at a disadvantage here. Here's the pitch to McNeil. That's an 87, and a fly ball to center field may score Rosario. So let's get that fly out. Let's look and see what that fly out looks like. FD right there playing a fast runner. Well, an average runner. And who's at third? Rosario is going to be a fast runner. So he's going to score on that sacrifice fly. Oh, no, there's 2 outs. Excuse me. And that's it. Rosario was tagging. He thought there was 2 outs. He thought there were fewer than 2 outs. He didn't know there were 2 outs. And that's the end of the inning. We go to the top of the 8th. Got a new pitcher. We're going to bring in Seth Lugo here. And then we're going to bring in Edwin Diaz, pickup from Seattle. Michael Franco, here's the pitch. And it's a 94 and a 1, and that's line and caught by the shortstop. There you go, Seth Lugo. All right, it's the pitcher now. It's Franco. Franco's up. Here's the pitch from Lugo to Franco. That's a 37 and a 2, and a 2 is a ground ball to Alonso at first. Alonso scoops it, steps on the bag. 3 unassisted. And now it's the pitcher spot, and we're pulling a pinch hitter here. We'll have a new pitcher coming in later, depending on whose pinch hitter is going to be Brad Miller. Brad Miller's coming up. He's a lefty specialist. Won't get an advantage, but he is a lefty specialist. All right. Nobody on base. There's 1 out. Brad Miller. It's an 82, and an 82 is going to be a fly ball right field, and McNeil on the run and makes the catch. He read it perfectly right off the bat, so he's getting better out there in right field. And now we go to top of the order. It's Scott Kingery. Scott Kingery's batting 270 with 9 home runs and 10 stolen bases. That's a 90. And a 90 and a 3 is a ground ball to third base. Charging hard is Frazier. Barehands it, fires the first in time. Nice play by Todd Frazier. And that's it. Pete Alonso starting us off. It's going to be, you know what? We're going to bring in a lefty, Alvarez. We're going to, you know what? Let's bring in Tommy Hunter. Tommy Hunter's coming in. All right, here goes Tommy Hunter. It's an 87, and that's a ground ball, second base. Rip to Hernandez. Hernandez rifles it to first. 4-3. 1 up, 1 down. Next is Robbie Cano. Cano's batting 278. That's a 55 and a 50. Oh, I'm using his. Oh, wait, 55. Oh, that's weird. Oh, I see why. Okay. All right, a 55 is going to be a strikeout on Tommy Hunter's card because you don't have a deep drive. He didn't give up a home. He didn't give up any runs, so you can't score against him. All right, so that's going to be a strikeout. Cano strikes out against Tommy Hunter, the invincible Tommy Hunter. He only goes 1 inning, so he's not. And that's, you can still get runs. It just has to be off the batter card. 80, 88, and that's going to be a 6, a ground ball, second base. Hernandez, nice hop, throws him out, and that retires the side. We go to the top of the ninth, last licks for the Phillies, and we're going to see Edwin Diaz coming in. I'll tell you a little bit about Edwin Diaz. Diaz is a 5.40 ERA and a 3-5 record with 19 saves. So Edwin Diaz will be facing Gene Segura. Let's get Edwin Diaz's card. There it is. All right, we played this pretty quickly. We're in the top of the ninth. It's a 2-1 ball game. See if the Mets can hold on. That's a 94 and an 8, and that's going to be a strike 3 on Gene Segura. Gene Segura didn't like that call. Next is Bryce Harper, and that's an 82 and an 8, and that's back-to-back Ks. He goes down swinging. So the Phils are down to their last out in power hitter Rhys Hoskins. Rhys Hoskins is a guy to really respect because he hit 20 home runs and hit 20 home runs so far this season in the replay, and is batting 236. So I do all my replays with Replay PC game, Replay Baseball PC. Why? You ask why? Well, because it plays out all the season, and it's just with a click. And up to the point that I want it to play. And then when I play a game, I can have all the updated stats and the pitching records and just know everything about the league and have races, like pennant races. I know what everybody, not only do I know and it keeps all the stats for me. Not only do I know what my guys are batting and what their record is, they're 41 and 48. So, and the Phils are 46 and 43. I know all that, but I also have all their stats. And that's critical to me because I don't want to spend time doing stats. I'd rather spend time, rolling and streaming and doing fun stuff like that and playing tournaments and all that. All right, so Rhys Hoskins with 2 outs. The Phils are down to their last out. And here's the pitch. Oh, wait, we got to bring in Thomas Nido, the catcher. That's pretty funny. Playing without a catcher. There he is. He's in there. All right. Here's the pitch. Oh, that's a 0-7. Rhys Hoskins. And that's going to be ball 4. So Hoskins keeping the Phillies' hopes alive. And that's going to bring in JT Realmuto. Now, Hoskins is slow, but with 2 outs, he's going to be medium. You know what? Maybe we want to pinch run with Sean Rodriguez. Let's do that. Let's bring in Rodriguez. This is his pitching card. So Sean Rodriguez is going to pinch run. Let's see if he can score this. All right. So let's roll that. Nothing there. And that's a 92 And a 92 is strike three, and that's the ball game. Diaz gets a hug from Thomas Nido, and the Mets win it by a score of 2-1. They sweep the Phillies at City Park. Zach Wheeler improves his record to 5-8. Edgar Garcia drops to 1-4. Edwin Diaz picks up his 20th save, and the player of the game is going to be Zach Wheeler. The Mets are 42-48. They're 6 games below 500. Let me go over a little bit on the box score. It's got a beautiful box score. I got to show the screen next time I do this tomorrow. I'm going to play it on the screen so you can see how beautiful this PC game is. McNeil went 1 for 4. Alonso 0 for 3. Cano 0 for 4. Frazier 1 for 4. Dom Smith 0 for 3. Ramos 0 for 1. And Rosario 0 for 2. Lagares 1 for 3. And 1 for 1 for J.D. Davis. Mets had the Phils had 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. The Mets had 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. And pitching-wise, Wheeler went 7 innings, lowered his ERA to 4.30. 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 10 strikeouts. So he was mowing them down. Seth Lugo came in, picked up his 10th hold. He came in for 1 inning, faced only 3 batters, the minimum. And he's got a 3.10 ERA. Finally, it was Edwin Diaz who lowered his ERA a little bit to 5.27. He picked up the save number 20. So this is a great system to keep track of all that for you. And that's it for tonight. It's kind of late. So I guess I'm going to bid everybody farewell for tonight, and we'll have more baseball action. More baseball action tomorrow. This is CP Cards and Dice, and I'm streaming from your home for tutorials and strategy and player profiles, history, reviews, news, tips, tops, baseball cards, rants, unboxings, and so much more. And I'm your host, CP Cards and Dice, saying keep watching, keep rolling, and stay safe, and don't panic. We'll make it through, hanging together and rolling tabletop baseball. So long.